and he ought to have scored. Well, there's anger, an argument between Newcastle defenders. It certainly looked, as the ball slipped between Roeder and Carney, that Connor was in an offside position. The flag stayed down, he went on and hit his shot wide. Eric Young to Connor. Jones. Ryan's flick. Here's Wilson for Brighton. On towards Alan Young. Difficult for Anderson here. He got in a mess. Alan Young has turned and appealed. And gets the corner. But confusion then between Anderson and Kevin Carr. Although really it was difficult in a swirling wind with such a high bouncing ball. And Alan Young won the corner. Oh, it's Connor! And he hit the upright, and it's turned back, and Gatting turns it wide. Well, that really ought to have been the equaliser again. That corner floated over towards the far post. Connor getting up so strongly, it hit the woodwork, came back, and Gatting from close to goal hit his shot wide. Dermot. Here's Alan Young though. Ryan takes over, looks to feed Connor, who's got real pace. Hit him on the knee and he went in rather dangerously on the goalkeeper. Obviously a forward has to try and reach a ball like that, but really Kevin Carr had come down and it was dangerous because it was his face that was involved. Connor showing terrific pace to get between and ahead of the defenders. But his enthusiasm got the better of him rather. Wilson. It's scrappy in the middle of the field. Connor has gone down injured from his own collision with the goalkeeper. Here's Anderson for Newcastle. And Waddle all the way back to Carr. Connor still in agony. Pierce, Wharton and Truick. Wharton again. Keegan. Every twist and turn away. Here's Truick. Beardsley on the left. Another bizarre corner. The outcome on that will enable Brighton to get their physio on for treatment. The referee's turned his back on the game, and Connor, who's now on his feet, will receive treatment from Mike Yaxley, the physio. And Terry Connor has to limp off. He came off worst in that collision with goalkeeper Kevin Carr, and will play no further part in the game, I think. Neil Smiley is warmed up, but hasn't yet been introduced, as the corner is taken by Newcastle. And indeed, Neil Smiley now comes on. And with Brighton's FA Cup final side of score, of course, and he scored against Middlesbrough in the 3-0 home win on Monday. 5 minutes to go. Newcastle 2, Brighton 1. Carney with the clearance. Gatting with a spectacular attempt to clear, but it drops for Beardsley. And Keegan. And Beardsley again. And Beardsley still. Oh, magnificent! What a great goal by Peter Beardsley! And that is rounding it off in style. And Kevin Keegan would have been proud of that one himself. What a great goal. Everyone in this ground are on their feet. Beardsley showing magnificent skill when it looked as though the chance had gone. Keegan fed in. Eric Young with the tackle. It looked as though it had gone away from him. What presence of mind he showed to just lift the ball over Joe Corrigan and into the net. Well, that's one of the best goals I've seen for a very long time. So this massive crowd celebrate a great goal and another win. 36,415 here. The average attendances at St James's Park have been around 30,000 this season. Kevin Keegan has helped to bring them back into this famous old ground, and players like Peter Beardsley hopefully will keep them coming next season in the First Division when Keegan has gone into retirement. The perfect ending to this game, or perhaps it's not over, because here goes Keegan again. A breathtaking goal by Beardsley. This is Carney. Keegan is in the centre circle, still wanting the ball, even in the final few seconds of his career, personifying his enthusiasm, his willingness to help others, and his total involvement in the game. And the crowd have only one name on their lips. It's this man, Keegan. Batting for Brighton, leading the counter-attack. Ryan on the right. The crowd have forgotten the game now. They're just providing a fitting farewell to Kevin Keegan. Rhoda back to Wharton. Off it goes towards Keegan. Case gets there first, and that's the final whistle and the final chapter in one of the most remarkable and moving stories in English football history. Kevin Keegan, after 16 years and 500 league games, has rounded off his career in the style which literally made him the hero and the great player he is. Everyone in St James's Park standing to applaud their congratulations. The Brighton players going to shake Keegan's hand, and the Newcastle players too, playing their part in these scenes of great emotion. Everyone in the stand on their feet now. The photographers, as usual, surrounding the little man with the familiar number 7 jersey. And Kevin Keegan, who's braced the game, says farewell. I'm sure there will be more scenes and another lap of honour from Kevin Keegan. But as far as league footballers concerned, that's the end. The match ended in a 3-1 victory. Keegan scored a goal, made a goal, and had a part in a quite magnificent third goal scored by Peter Beardsley. Ryan getting one back for Brighton. The full-time score, Newcastle United 3, Brighton 1. The crowd being urged to stay on their places on the terraces, because there will be a final lap of honour from Kevin Keegan before he says what I'm sure will be a tearful farewell.
And the crowd did stay in their place and enabled everyone to enjoy that very special occasion. But no one more than their idol Kevin Keegan. For Kevin, I'm sure, will never forget the day the Geordies said thank you.
Kevin, fantastic scenes. If you could have written a finish like that, you could hardly have bettered it, could you?
No, it's been fantastic. Very, very emotional. And, well, I mean, just very difficult to hold yourself together under circumstances like this, you know, but very moving. And I thank everyone up here for the tremendous way they've not received me over the last 2 years, and the way they've seen me off. It's been very nice and made it all, from my point of view, very worthwhile.
To actually end up with a goal as well in your final game. Terrific.
Well, I think you could have scored that one, Alan, but it was
steady.
Whoever wrote the script got it right. I was desperate to score a goal, you know, but you know, tremendous thing for the city of Newcastle, for the people. They've waited a long, long time, and they're the best. There's no doubt about that. And the First Division needs people like that, you know.
37,000 in the ground. I think you tried to shake hands with every one of them at the end, didn't you?
I wish I could have done. You know, it's impossible to shake. I must have shaken hands with about half of them, and I just wanted to thank them from the bottom of my heart, as I say, for the way they've received me and my family, and they're just super people. And I've been, I suppose the only regret I've ever had in football is that they never saw me at my peak. I would have loved to have played here at my peak. You know, I mean, I'm just a little bit over the top now.
Yeah, you've always said you're unemotional, but there were tears at the end, weren't there?
Yeah, well, it's never, you know, it's difficult. I hope whatever I've given Tyneside, and, you know, praise has been showered on me this last few weeks, it's given me 100 times as much. It gave me a boost when I needed it most after the World Cup, and I just thank the people up here. And I hope I'm always their friend. I can tell them one thing, they'll always be my friends up here, you know. I thank them very much.
A credit to football in every way, and I'm sure we've not seen the last of Kevin. His manager Arthur Cox said this afternoon he was irreplaceable, and in a promotional sense it would be very difficult to follow that perfect marriage between Kevin and Newcastle. But I wonder whether he's left a legacy in passing on his special qualities and attitude to young Peter Beardsley, abundantly talented, not a giant either, and his goal today suggested he might have what it takes to follow the little master.
Carney with the clearance. Getting with a spectacular attempt to clear, but it drops for Beardsley. And Keegan. And Beardsley again. And Beardsley still. Oh, magnificent!